Hi there, and welcome to another video of MeasureSchool.com, where we teach you the data-driven way of digital marketing. My name is Julian, and on this channel we do marketing tech reviews, tutorials, and keep you up to date with the newest developments in Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager, just like this one. So if you haven't yet, consider subscribing. Now, I quickly wanted to jump in here and let you know about the newest changes in Google Analytics. They have announced about a week ago that there's a new homepage coming out, and I tried to figure it out, try to see it on my accounts. I couldn't really find it just yet, but with my American account, so if you're in the US, you might be lucky because I actually just got access to it and I can look at it. So today I want to take a quick look at these new features and see what is up here, and take a first look basically. So let's dive in. When we look at this new screen here, we can see the new homepage. So there's a new tab on the left side called Home. And here we have certain cards, and I would call them cards because they are actually pretty familiar. Why is that so? Well, there's actually in the Google mobile app, in the Google Analytics mobile app, you could already see that here. So, okay, that's not really viewable, but basically also cards, and they have the same information. Now, Google has gone the step of taking this mobile first and then porting it over. But now we have it available here, so let's look at what information we can see. Basically, we have some tabs here so we can see different information and a nice little graph that changes on the fly. We have also a slider here or a drop-down menu for the duration, and that is not pinned to the top here, so it is different from all the other reports. And we have certain visualizations. So here we have a bar chart, but also our retention here, and also a little bit of a heat map, so we can see where our site is viewed most, or which time the site is viewed most. And I guess, yeah, they're pretty useful in a sense to get a very quick overview. Now, this is nothing new. There's no new information, but we can see that there have been more strides made forward in the design sense here. And what we also notice is that they are clearly marked up with a question up here. Now, why is there a question, you might ask? I think Google is making a lot of strides forward in terms of AI, but also you asking questions to the tool, which is a big thing that we saw at Google I/O last week, where the introduction, or we saw that the Google Assistant, basically the Google Home thing that they have going on, but also on the phone where you can ask, okay, Google, maybe this will be ported over into the Google Analytics suite at some point, and you just ask questions. So they actually give you some questions here and see how they would answer them and see if you find them useful. So I would guess that this is a step in the right direction to actually asking the tool what you want to know and it analyzing it for you on the fly. So AI is something that will come into the Google Fold at some point, and the whole Google products, but it is introduced subtly. So here we already see, okay, Google Analytics is not only giving us the data now and saying, here you go, find out what you want, and we won't give you any context to it, but they're actually asking you the questions. Now, what is the next step for this? Well, it's actually taking these questions and then suggesting you basically the question. So you don't have to make the thinking anymore of looking at this data and saying, okay, what can I actually read out of this? Google will give you the suggestion and give you the right data set to decide and get insights from. Now, is this a good step or a bad step? From my perspective, obviously, you would also need to understand that data set thoroughly. All the analytics tools are going out there and saying, okay, we want to give you more insights so you can go out and make the right decisions. But the tool actually needs to understand your business first in order to, and you need to have the right data in there to make the right decisions and analyze the right data. So it's not really in the immediate future that this will be super useful for me. I mean, you get a bit of an overview here, but I would say in the long run, it might make sense that Google Analytics can analyze your business and make everything happen by default, and the computer thinks for you. But in the short-term future, this is obviously still just a nice visualization. And I mean, they have the links here. It's a good product update because it pulls people deeper into the data and doesn't overwhelm them at first. But in the end, you have these links that go right into the report, and there's what you've been used to. So not really any update on the other reports here. I guess they will port it over at some point, so it will look more and more like these cards here. But for now, it's something that I wouldn't. I would say it's a step in the direction that they definitely want to go to, and I think it's a good overview. And for me, it's one of these things that definitely maybe I will be stuck to the homepage a little longer when I look at new accounts here. And okay, that's basically it for the homepage. Nothing revealing here. We have a new tab that's called Discover, and this is basically just another tab to see whether you can get pulled more into the other products of Google and the other things that they notice. So within Google Analytics, they give you some resources such as the Google Analytics app, the Google Demo account, Page Analytics here. So you can check out and see, okay, this is all within the Google Analytics universe. And once we go down, we can see some learning resources. I obviously would love to have us in there. Then we have some strategy stuff, expand your measurement strategy. Okay, so the other tools that Google Analytics has out there. Also, the new attribution tool that will be available soon. When I click on this, it just takes me to the homepage, and when I want to sign in here to attribution, it actually tells me that I don't have access to it yet. Hopefully, that will come out soon. Data Studio, Audience Center, Google Surveys, and Optimize. Now, once I go down here, we see tools for marketers, find a partner, some tools like the BigQuery integration, Google Tag Manager, Google Tag Assistant, and also what I saw, tools for developers, a recommendation for the Tag Manager Injector plugin or extension for Google Chrome. So that's a extension that we also use here. It's a great extension by Chris Berger. I actually was surprised to find this here because it's the only third-party tool that I actually recommend here. So this is all great. One thing that I was missing actually, because last week there was Google I/O and we heard a lot of changes happening for Firebase. And Firebase was actually, or Firebase Analytics was actually renamed in Google Analytics for Firebase. So they don't really say anything about that here. That would be a resource that they definitely should put in. All right, so that's basically it for these changes that I could see in Google Analytics. As I said, I quickly wanted to jump in and show you these changes and just let you know what I think about them. There are clear markers here that Google Analytics will introduce new design elements in the interface. I mean, they've done it last month already, so they're moving forward on that front. I guess the mobile app is something to look out for when you want to see newest changes and see what they have in them. So, for example, they have already a new functionality in here that's called Analytics Intelligence, which was like intelligent events within Google Analytics. We had that before. That was taken out of the interface and we couldn't find it anymore. Probably will be reintroduced at some point. So these cards that we saw on the at the beginning here on the home screen will be dynamically changed. So it will answer questions for you and let you know about the newest developments within your Google Analytics account. Okay, and then we have the new Discover page here, which gives you a little bit more introduction into the Google products if you are not yet familiar with this whole space. So overall, just a design change, nothing really new functionality-wise. I love seeing product updates to Google Analytics. It is a very old product, so pushing the envelope forward and taking these next big steps is always something that I'm interested in. I'll keep my eyes out for any newer things that come in. If you guys have any questions, then please leave them in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, then be sure to subscribe right over there. We have also new videos coming out. One is right over there. And I hope to see you in one of the next episodes. My name is Julian. Till next time.